every child has the right to survival, growth and development. So I'm Dr. Wijemanne and I have been working for the UNICEF office Colombo, Sri Lanka for 26 years. I joined UNICEF in February 1977 and I worked there till 2003. From 83 onwards, life was pretty bad, particularly in the border areas, in areas which were affected by conflict in the north and east, in addition to other areas. Children were living in houses and they didn't know whether they were going to be attacked, the family. They didn't know whether they could go to school or not. They didn't know whether their parents would be killed, and parents did get killed. And it was a very dark period between 83 and 2003 when the first peace processes began. But we somehow continued to do what we had to do for children because you can't stop. Well, children missed out on being able to go regularly to a clinic, not be fearful that there might be a disaster, they might be attacked. Those were issues that children had. There was a lot of fear in children. On the other hand, there were also areas which were mined and so they could not go to those areas. So to overcome some of these problems, I must say at that time, both the Health Ministry and UNICEF worked together. The idea of Days of Tranquility came from South America, where they had there were armed groups, and this was a barrier to children getting immunized. And the idea was that we would do the same in Sri Lanka, get an agreement from the leadership of the different groups with the government on certain specified days to not engage in a conflict so that children could get their immunization, the polio vaccine. When the day finally arrived, and then I heard there was some constraint that Sri Lankan forces had not been informed. We had to use some other measures to make sure that they were all informed. But it all worked out well, and it was a fantastic feeling. Actually, all of the staff at the UNICEF office actually participated. Rotarians were involved, health ministry people. Wonderful feeling, and it was lovely to see in all these areas affected by a conflict, families bringing children to a center to get their polio shot. It was such a normal, worthwhile, important thing to do, and it gave us all hope for the future. As a Sri Lankan and as a UNICEF staff member, it was really an amazing feeling to be able to help children in spite of the war, in spite of the conflict, in spite of all the barriers we had. That made me really feel good, and I think all of us who were involved in the program felt extremely satisfied. There is hope.